What's up? Welcome back to Nowstalgia. Dave here with a review of Sserafim's single album Spaghetti. Sserafim back with their second release of the year following the Hot EP earlier in the year. And now they're back, and I had never been the biggest fan of the single album as a concept. They put out 2 songs. They put out a single. Like the single album branding in K-pop I always found a little weird. And it's been disappointing to only release 2 new songs here. After releasing an EP before that, last year, the slow drip of music. It's a bit frustrating at times, but I gotta say, Sserafim's Spaghetti is a lot bolder and out of left field than I expected. The chorus melody is very reminiscent of the group's song Crazy. I do think there's a bit of inspiration from Cat's Eyes Gnarly with these kind of out of left field lyrics, like Bad Bitch in Between Your Teeth. However, I do find that Eat It Up refrain incredibly repetitive and grating. J-Hope of BTS sounds great on this beat. In fact, I think his verse would have not sounded out of place on his album Jack in the Box. However, the concept of this song is just a bit too silly for me, but I appreciate it being something kind of out there. And the second song, Pearlies, I think this is just a better song overall, even if maybe it's not as ambitious. I like the casual singing. There's a little bit of light hip-hop flows, which Sserafim don't do too often. I think it's a pretty strong, B-side track from them. Overall, though, it's hard to get too excited about one-off singles like this. I still remain kind of a album and project type person, and when something's so svelte, they put all this hype and marketing and visual product into making these 2 tracks, right? Getting a J-Hope feature, releasing these songs in English, in a version without any features, just there's all this packaging, but what is it for exactly? And Sserafim, we talked about earlier this year with Hot, they're a group that continues to, in a sense, throw paint at the wall. They're going all over the place with different genre experimentations, and they seem to be very reactive to various types of trends, and am I a bit surprised to see something so clearly indebted to Cat's Eyes Gnarly, a song in and of itself that was quite polarizing? I am. Then again, Cat's Eye is also under the Hype umbrella, like Sserafim. Maybe I shouldn't be too shocked. Honestly, I think my favorite moment on this single album is on verse 2 of Pearlies. I think Kazuha sounds really great. I love her flow over that tempo. I think she sounds great, and she's pretty noticeable on Spaghetti as well. And I think she's really coming into her own more as a vocalist. She's definitely been kind of more of a background player on most Sserafim music, with of course Chaewon and Yoonjin carrying those vocals, as we know, most of the time. Not necessarily the case this time around, though, and that's worth something. But yeah, honestly, not too much to dig into beyond that. I respect the attempt, but I think Pearly is actually pretty solid. Let me know though, what did you think? Do you like Spaghetti? Does this work for you? Are you happy with this swing? Let me know. And for more music reviews, more K-pop reviews, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.